Joining me, the Shadow Treasurer, Brad Rowswell. Brad, good to see you again. Let's start with gas. Are we staring down the barrel of running out of energy?
I can't believe it, Steve. Labor want to ban the Bunnings barbecue. They want to ban the wok. If you were the member for Box Hill, if you were the Labor member for Waverley, you'd be looking over your shoulder at the moment. It's absolute lunacy that their energy policy is being driven by ideology and not a steady, stable transition, which the majority of Victorians, the majority of Australians kind of agree with. And for our part, for the last two elections, we've taken a bring gas back policy to the last two elections.
Yep.
Onshore exploration by conventional means.
So onshore's still banned?
It is in Victoria. There is no gas exploration in Victoria at the moment.
And we've got gas reserves.
And we've got power prices going through the roof. In the last 12 months, it's been a 24% increase for domestic homes, 25% increase for businesses. And during a cost of living crisis, this is just adding to the difficulty of Victoria.
But businesses I talk to have got no confidence in the Minister, Lily D'Ambrosio. They say that she's staring into a void and doesn't know what to do.
Look, for the last 10 years, she's promised year on year on year that prices are going to go down, down, down. That's to quote her directly. But Victorians know that prices under her leadership, in inverted commas, has been going up, up, up. They know it because they're getting the bills and they're having to pay them.
We might even, reports today say, we might even be running gas turbines with diesel. Well, how does that make any sense?
But this is what happens when you don't actually have a fair income energy policy in this state. They've had 10 years to deliver it. The issues that we're facing today just haven't crept up in the last fortnight. They've been there for some time. I don't think it's an absolutely fair thing for the opposition to be calling for an orderly transition that keeps power prices down and that keeps reliability front of mind.
I want to get on to Daniel Andrews in a moment, whether he could be dragged back before some inquiry. But let's talk about stamp duty. Now, no one likes paying stamp duty when you buy a property. Labor seems to be, Brad, I think, dangling the idea they might scrap it and revert to an annual land tax to replace it. Two things about that. Is it affordable? And should we be worried about talk of a permanent land tax that you would have to pay on your principal resident?
A month ago to the day, Steve, Andrews and Allen and Pallas were asked about this and they dismissed it out of hand, saying it was going to cost about $30 billion to the budget. And now they're flying a kite saying that they might just do it. Tax reform under Labor over the last decade has meant 53 new or increased taxes in this state, making the cost of living more expensive for Victorians. That's the Labor government's definition of tax reform. I just don't believe them. I just don't believe them. They know that we're in the middle of a housing crisis at the moment. They've increased land tax in this state. That's not how you get more houses to market. That's not how you get more Victorians, vulnerable Victorians, into homes. When they talk tax reform, what they actually mean is tax increases.
You're worried that there'll be tax increases in that budget?
I know that there will be tax increases in this budget. They haven't started their Airbnb tax yet, their holiday and tourism tax. I'm fully expecting that to be in the budget. Their debt will continue to rise, as Standard & Poor's told us just last week. That's on track to reach $250 billion, meaning $40 million in interest payments each and every day in Victoria. Frankly, they are addicted to taxes. It's in their DNA, and I can't see it changing today.
Finally, on land tax, I heard a figure today that it brings in around $30 billion a year. Is that about right?
That is about right.
So how can a state that's broke, that can't pay its debt off, just say, well, we're going to wipe off $30 billion? I mean, they've got to get it somewhere.
Well, that's why I'm saying that I just don't think it's going to happen under this government. They're flying a kite, which really is going to give so much promise to Victorians, distract from the fact that they've got a massive debt, that we're paying millions of dollars in interest each and every day. But come the May's budget this year, I suspect that they will just leave it alone.